Jeetan. In one of the prior videos, we went into the data cloud. We followed along the workshop exercises, and let's just see what we did, and then we'll cover remaining data cloud and see how it looks. So let's open our agentforce org, launch that agentforce org, close this, and then we go into the data cloud. So we have ingested the contacts, the reservation data, the from Amazon S3, the guest and the reservation data. We have created a unified profile. So let's just look at that. If we see, we have data model objects here. If we go in data explorer, we have a data model object, and if I check on unified individual and I see on add a filter for, let's say, last name, and then we apply that filter, we see one record for Sofia Rodriguez. Whereas if we see on individual object without the identity resolution rule set, then we apply that filter, we see last name as Rodriguez, and we apply that, and we see two records, one from Amazon S3, another from Salesforce contacts. So our identity resolution rule set created a unified profile, unified individual profile. It basically created a unified record for Sofia Rodriguez in the unified individual which we just saw. So now that then what we once we had the unified profile, we created a data cloud related list. We did that as well. So let's just verify that once. We went into the contact object and we created the data cloud related list on the reservation object, which means for the contact data we are pulling the reservations from the data cloud, and we should have that related list available in our contact over here, which we verified earlier as well. So let's go into the Coral Clouds Resort app, and we go into contacts and we click on Sofia Rodriguez, and this is our related list for reservations. Now we did this until exercise 6, and then we start on exercise 7, where we start to build higher level capabilities, like we will create calculated insights on our data cloud data. Basically what we are trying to do here is that we are using the reservation data model in data cloud, and we are joining it with the unified individual object. So in this case, for example, we have one record unified individual for Sofia Rodriguez, and we are aggregating on all the reservation data, and we are building two measures. One is the lifetime reservations to using an aggregate operator, and then other measure as the uh, using the aggregate and the count on the reservation ID, and the other measure we are creating is the lifetime value, which is the total amount, total price on all the reservations. And we are grouping that on a dimension with a unified individual ID. So let's just see that again. We go into the data cloud, and within data cloud we have uh, calculated insights, and within that calculated insight we have created that we have followed along the exercise, and we have created that we have used the builder utility, and this builder utility has created this expression for us, and we then ran this calculated insight, and the status is success, as you can see. And once we can check this in data explorer a bit. See, we have this calculated insight available, and we, for each individual ID, we have a lifetime reservation and a lifetime value. So now once we ran that, we can see that our calculated insight ran successfully, and we can see that data available in the data cloud with that calculated insight spend profile by guest. Now what we want to do now is we want to access that calculated insight into the Salesforce contact, which we will do with the feature of data cloud copy field. uh, Data cloud copy field. So we go into the contact along with data cloud related list. We have a data cloud copy field, and we follow along the, like, we create uh, create a new here, and we create, once we select the data cloud object, we'll have the spend profile by guest available as a calculator inside. And once we create that, we can select on the lifetime reservation and lifetime value that we want to copy these two fields and make them available as part of the contact layout. And once this like, if I click on this, we have to uh, sync that, and once this sync runs successfully, you'll see the completed status here. And then we can go into the contact object here, like, again, go back to the Coral Cloud Resorts app and look for a contact, and within that contact click on Sophia Rodriguez, and within the details you should see that the lifetime value and the lifetime reservations are is available as a data cloud copy fields that we created in the contact object, and this should be available for all the contacts, lifetime value, lifetime reservations. So exercise 8 looks good as well. Then what we did in exercise, what we have to do in exercise 9 is add we have to create a Salesforce report on the data cloud data. So we again go back to the uh, Coral Cloud app, and we, in the reports, we can click on new report, and within the new report we can uh, select an individual with reservation, and I followed along this exercise 9, and I selected that, and then I added the columns and created a row level formula And once we do that, we have the report which I so let me show you that. So I have this report that I created following along exercise 9, and we can when do all these steps, we can have the formula field on nights, and these are the fields that are coming from the data cloud: data, reservation ID, check-in date, checkout date, total price, and is grouped on the individual ID. So that again shows that uh, we can natively create reports, which is a Salesforce feature leveraging on data cloud data. And then we can query data cloud data in a flow. Uh, Again, we create a screen flow. In that screen flow, we get a case record, and for that case record, we then get the reservations, which are again in data cloud. And once we have that, we what we did we then create a task for the reservation with the check-in date, and create a follow-up task. So I created that flow. One sec, let me show you that setup. So this and was the yeah, create reservation follow-up. So create reservation follow-up. That's so here we are getting the case record. Then we are getting the data cloud reservations from the data cloud object, and this one is on the Salesforce object, the case record. And then we display that reservation for the case record, and then we go ahead and create that follow-up task. So then we once we activate that flow, we create a flow action on the case object, which we did here. One sec, we go in case object, we created a create follow-up task action that's calling a flow, and then we added that we then have that available as a action on the case record page in the highlights panel. So we let's try to test that once. So we go into the close this. We go here in the cases. Let's pick as per the instruction. Let's pick up on one of the case, and for example, we upcoming reservation upgrade request case. So upcoming reservation upgrade request case. So I tested this earlier, but let's try to test it again. We create the follow-up task, which is again, which is this time we are going to add the subject test, let's say, and then in the description we copy this, and it goes ahead and create the next, and so it did added that or not, where did I did it let me refresh this. Yeah, keys created. I think it did added, it created that again or not. It did call the flow for sure. But see, they created this earlier, so let me refresh that. I'm going to check this on a little bit later. But we have this flow action and it calls that. Maybe it's the, yeah, I think it's just updating that only. Uh, Maybe I have to check on that flow a little bit later. But anyway, that's how you query the data cloud data inflow, which we saw in the flow, and then troubleshoot a bit. And now we can also access data cloud with sockle. And the way to do that is, one, you can use the code builder, but otherwise you can install the Salesforce Inspector plugin. And once you do that, you can data export here. And let's try to run this query here, which means we are accessing the data cloud data fields and NSSOD individual DLM, and it gives two records for Sophia Rodriguez because we are querying on the individual DLM. Now, if we query on the unified individual DLM, we should get only one record. Uh, yeah. So again, in XSS 11, we can also understand that we can query the uh, data cloud objects just like we query Salesforce objects through the sockle, which is pretty neat as well. So with this, we have finished the data cloud portion of this workshop. Thanks again for watching and listening. We'll continue with other videos as we move on to other exercises. We have already covered prompt builder and agents. Let's just again, thanks again for watching and listening.